What's going on, traders? Today is May the 1st, 2020. This is your pre-market stocks to watch. I am your host, James Mason, and let's talk about the market. So getting into it, taking a look at the Dow futures right here, we can see this nice gap down. Currently, we are minus 465 points in the red. And looking at this 5-minute candle setup right here, we can see the MACD dwindling off to where it looks like it wants to roll over red. But nonetheless, what I'm looking for here coming out the gates is a bullish spike. And I'm saying that, for one, with how significant that sell-off was. But two, you can see how these 5-minute candles are trying to hold on here. So the ranges that I will look for on the Dow futures with this spike, I'm going to look to see how it responds to this VWAP line that is currently sitting at 23,855. If it breaks above that, then I'm going to go out on a limb right here and say that will probably stop around 23,907. Now, if we don't get a bullish spike for whatever reason, below it, it has a support. We have one right here at 23,728. But I'm not really too worried about that. I'm looking at this support down here. This support at 23,692. If we drop below that, this thing is going to take a beating. I do expect it to break that at some point. And that will kind of depend on how much of a bullish spike we get. Now, if it comes up here, hits this VWAP line and pulls back, then I say we'll probably break this 23,692 rather quickly. But once we break that, the market's going to take a nice drop, more so than it has already. So, the two tickers I want to talk about today. First one, ticker BYND, Beyond Meat. Now, if y'all were watching this on the TT Blackbox algorithms for the swing trades, you can see right here, April 23rd, that's when it originally alerted for a bearish swing trade. And if you know anything about my algorithms, it's predicting what's to come. So let's look at this on the daily chart. So right here, on this day, this is the 23rd of April, it alerted April 23rd at 13:30 Central Standard Time. So near the day right here, and you can see this day closed out at 99.78. With today's gap down, it's going to open up at 94. So even making your worst possible entry and not even scaling in, you're going to be sitting nice. So this thing gave you multiple chances to scale in perfectly. This is a phenomenal swing trading alert. That's beyond me. Now, let's look at it on the day trading side of things. So going down here to the Why Is It Moving catalyst, we can see it says that Beyond Meat shares are trading lower after Wells Fargo downgraded the company stock from equal weight to underweight and announced a $72 price target. Now, do I care about that price target? Absolutely not. But what I do care about is the fact that it was downgraded on a red day. So we had this nice gap down pre-market. It's currently going for 94. And what I'll be looking for here, since the 5-minute candles are above the VWAP and above that middle Bollinger Band line, I'll be looking for this thing to have a bullish bounce. Probably come up here around 97. Let's see, between 97 and 98 to find that rejection. If it does that, I'm definitely going to start shorting in that range. And I'll be scaling in. So if that scenario sets up, I'll let it do its thing. I'll wait for that weakness. And what I mean by weakness is seeing those 5-minute candles start to lose that momentum and roll over. That's what I'll be looking for in this range. And then I'm going to start buying put contracts. But I'll scale in slowly, let it do its thing, and pull back. Now, if this thing comes out the gate and pushes down, I'm looking for it to come down here and at least touch this 90-70 mark. So that will be its overall support for today, at least. The next ticker ADSK. So this company, Autodesk shares are trading lower after Bernstein downgraded the company's stock from market perform to underperform and announced a $155 price target. All right, again, I don't care about the price targets. But regardless, this thing is gapping down a lot. Now, they really don't have pre-market trading. But I can tell by that bid and ask that it's gapping down a lot. And it's probably going to gap down between this 178 range and this 180. So it's going to be somewhere down here. Now, what I'll look for, again, that bullish bounce coming out with the market, if it sets up like that, if that bullish bounce happens, I'll look to take this one up to this 200 EMA line. Currently, that value is 185.66. I'll look for a rejection in that range, and then it breaking back down to its lows of the day. But if for whatever reason it doesn't do that, then I'll be looking for a support right here at 176.26. So we have a couple points down, but we do have a nice set of points to run up. This is one that potentially you could hit it in both directions, but I'd be very careful. So that's all I have for today. It's Friday. Remember, if you're swing trading, you will never know what can happen after hours. So keep those position sizes small, trade safe, and I'll see you in the next one.